Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here today and continue this because if you've never seen me do my artwork before, it is a process. It's just not one and done. They communicate to me. I'm Emma Smallbone. I'm a forest whisperer from Canada. I have autism and ADHD, and I can connect with the field. It's this energetic space that's between humanity and the magical realms and science. And when I let go of all of my fears and create things, lots of magic happens. And yesterday, I was talking about how we are so afraid of actually doing the work and what somebody actually asked me on the live what was one of my biggest fears, and I don't think I actually answered that properly, so I wanted to come on and do that again. And my biggest fear in life is people not understanding me, because my whole entire life I went 46 years being an undiagnosed autistic individual. And I thought everything that was happening in my head was happening in everybody else's head. So, like, I was just trying to share what was going on with me, and people are like, what are you talking about? There's so much information in this energy that's like going around the world 24/7. That's what I tap into. And yesterday they told me we were bypassing our fears and that we actually have to start doing the shadow work and we have to start feeling uncomfortable. And I know one of the things that you're going to ask me next is, how do I get over that fear? You do the thing. So, like, I went to fine art school. I was a photographer for 24 years, but I still don't trust in my artistic abilities. So now I'm creating in new and different ways that I never have before to get outside of that place where I'm really fucking comfortable. I'm really comfortable not doing this. And I'm really comfortable not telling you about what I really see in the world. And why did I get comfortable? Because society told me that if I actually said some of this stuff out loud, you would consider me crazy. But the more that this stuff starts becoming very clear that things are shifting in a massive way, oh, thank you. I'm talking about my intuitive art and how it's helped me. And actually, one of the ways that I work is what you're seeing is charcoal. And the reason why I work with charcoal is because it's not permanent. And I'm constantly adding and subtracting and adding and subtracting and having different layers. But it talks to me as I'm drawing it. So I have to like pay attention all the time. I have to be present and in my body because the art is actually talking to me. So if I'm not present, I don't actually get all the information and then I don't really understand what I'm drawing. So what I've learned is I just have to let my brain go to this like meditative trance-like state, which I have done all of my life. And then this just comes out. I don't question it. I don't even, I don't even worry about it because I don't know when it's going to get done. The last one stayed on my wall for like 6 months. So like there's nothing in me that is afraid that this isn't going to turn out exactly the way that it needs to turn out because I got time. I'm not in a rush. This is an intuitive art piece. It's more about moving the energy and getting you guys interested in what I have to say. So if this is bringing you into my page, hell yeah, thank you. But if it's not, if this isn't for you, just pass on by. I'm going to start going live a little bit more. And then you guys can ask me questions about what it is I do as an autistic individual to kind of get my brain into that space. Because I'll tell you, I taught meditation for like a decade, and none of y'all were getting to where this brain was. And I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Why can't, it's because my brain's in a completely different space. It makes way more sense now. Hi, Daryl. So I do my intuitive art as a way to let my brain go to that place and allow things to come out more. And I try not to think while I'm doing it. I try not to, you like, this is hard because I'm talking to you while I'm actually creating the artwork. So I've got your energy in this piece too. And that's why they're asking me to do this, because we need some energy in this world to make this happen. And I'm gonna tell you, this shit is crazy. If you haven't followed the telepathy tapes, if you haven't gone on and listened to their podcast, when you listen, think about me. That's where my brain goes all the time. And I get really awesome messages for the world all the time. But that was my fear. I wasn't sharing it with you. I wasn't sharing any of my stuff that I do with you because I was so afraid I was going to end up in a mental ward, because that is what I was told my whole entire life. If you tell people what it is that you do, oh, well, at least don't tell the doctor. Don't tell that. And let me tell you, when my doctor found out I was a medium, it got really difficult to get medication, to get anything. So I don't tell anybody that I do that work, but I'm going to tell you because this is my job. This is what I was put here on this planet to do. So I'm just going to keep creating this artwork. And if you actually want to see what this means, go back to yesterday's live on my field. It's the one that says, do you feel the wild healing rising or something? I can't remember. But anyway, this is my pet snake that's going to hang out with me for a while. He is here to make us face our fears. We have to face our fears. We're not facing our fears, and we're actually dulling our senses. We're dulling our senses with meditation. We're dulling our senses with breath work. We're leaving our bodies when we should actually be present in our body. We need to be present in our bodies. We need to do the things, no matter how weird they are. We need to do the things, hey, Daryl, that we were put on this earth to do. This is just one of the things. I'm also like a mom. I also grow food. I also do all sorts of things. I have a dog. I ran 3 businesses before this. I was a college professor. I've done lots. It's the time for me to do the weird shit and wake you all up. Oh, hey, isn't being a parent like so much fun in dystopian times? Oh my God, my child will never know the world that we grew up in, right? They're not gonna know what it's like to have that freedom to do the things that we did. My kid isn't, well, he may be able to own a house, but it's probably not gonna happen. I'm in Canada, and things are getting really, really expensive. And I haven't always been abundant. And now I'm at a place in my life that things aren't overflowing, but my life has a lot more ease than it used to. So I'm going to create shit like this. Because, yeah, 6 months old. Oh, that's fun. They're still in the easy stage, man. You just get to hold them and look at them and they puke and you know well, maybe you haven't figured it out yet, but you'll eventually get to know what they need. And when you do, fucking magic happens. There's like a little communication that happens between you and your kid that nobody else can explain. And actually, if you listen to the telepathy tapes, they talk about how we all have that ability to talk to our loved ones. I wrote a book called The Barefoot Medium. If you want to learn how to do what I do, I actually wrote a book about it. So go look. It's Emma Smallbone, The Barefoot Medium. I'll probably put a link down below. But I also have a website called The Wild Healing. Come and hang out. Like, I'm going to do these channeling videos. I don't know for how long. I don't even know why, but I just listen now. I show up and say, hey, what did you want me to do today? They told me I was going to record my first podcast today, but I don't feel that happening. We'll see. Maybe after I'm done doing this and chatting with you, I'll get like a crazy download and it'll all be awesome. But I don't know. I just don't, to be honest, I don't schedule anything anymore. Yeah, I'm like just outside of Guelph in the country. I have to live in the woods because noise is my enemy. Most days I'm wearing my headphones, and you guys may not even be able to hear me that well, but obviously you are because people are responding to me. But let's just see. They told me I had to add this like sword. I don't know if you can see that. There's like this is, okay, I went to fine art school. Don't judge me. That's just rough. It'll get there. So I have drawn my sword and I have to slowly take the sword out of the snake's ass so we can all have abundance, is essentially what I've been told. And yes, that's a weird, I'm going to tell you, I don't really understand these things. I don't understand them when they tell me. And it's a process. You just work through it. Oh, you just moved. Awesome. I will tell you, it's like a different way of living out here. You don't move as fast. You kind of do have to slow down. I lived in Toronto for like, I think I was only there for 12 years, but it almost killed me. But yeah, I just get these images and I get these words and I get like all sorts of stuff. I get sounds and visions of people. I a lot get imagery like this, just like flashes in my, oh, that's where you live. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we're just kind of like out in the country. It's like so nice to just not really have to listen to the city because my I have an auditory processing disorder. So it makes it really hard for me to be in noisy places. And I refine a lot in my artwork. I've never actually I've never shared my process with anybody. I've never actually done artwork other than, thank you, other than my photography. I was a photographer for 25 years and I was a college professor for 6 years. I've kind of done a lot of things. And I always come back to just creating. I always come back to just, you know, finding my way without words, I guess. I guess that makes sense. I'm autistic and I have a processing disorder. So I can't really communicate what I need to communicate without something else. Like it's very hard for me to get out of what's in here out into the world. And yes, I've written a book, and yes, I talk profusely, and yes, I do all of these things. But until somebody shows me what it is that I've been doing this whole entire time, I don't actually understand it. So when I was taking mediumship classes and when I was learning all of this stuff, I would ask people like, well, oh, hey, kiddo, thanks for watching. When I was in these classes and I would ask people like, well, where in your mind are you going? Like, tell me where, and they just couldn't tell me. And now I understand because I'm not going to the same place they were going. I'm going a little bit deeper, a little bit further. So now that I can like totally grasp that, I can kind of allow myself to go to that place more. And I feel like because I've said it out loud, because I've claimed it, and yes, Chris Ann, I'm claiming it for the first time in my life that this is what I do, it's flowing even more. Because the main thing that they told me yesterday about this imagery was we have the possibility of having infinite abundance. The 8 is a sign of infinite abundance. If you think of the infinity sign, it's infinite abundance. But the problem is, as soon as our biggest fears show up, we don't want to actually face them. We like go, oh no, I don't want to touch that. Why would I want to like, look into that? That's going to make my life fucking miserable. Well, yeah. Oh, he loves snakes. He only watches me. This is the thing. I totally lost my train of thought. It's totally gone, man. That was bad. This is actually one of my worst days for memory. I have 3 days out of the month where my brain just completely disappears. So the fact that I'm even being able to do this is quite amazing. So let's go back to where I was. Oh, yes. People don't want to face their pain. People don't. Oh, thanks. That's Freya. People don't want to face this because it's work and it's hard. And yesterday when I was talking about this, I was actually saying like, it took me 5 years to get out of autistic burnout. 5 years. And yes, I had the privilege of doing this because at this time in my life, I'm able to take some time off because I worked really fucking hard all my life. So now I'm taking the time to heal, but it's also my personal responsibility to share this wisdom with you because I'm privileged enough to do so. And I want to teach other people how to do the same thing, to grow up and be an elder for their children so their children aren't as scared as we are in this world. Because yeah, it seems really big and scary, but we can actually create joy in our own lives, and we can create abundance in our own lives every single day. It's possible. And if you're thinking about abundance as money, you need to put that thing aside because those two things are not the same. I don't have a shit ton of money. I am okay in this world. But I've never watched Squid Games. That would not be that would just stress me the fuck out, I think. Freya, what are you doing? Oh, so I just choose to do my artwork, to be in my space, to connect with what I connect with, and I'm going to share it with you. And crazily, that has brought me more abundance than anything else I've ever tried. And I was a $10,000 a day wedding photographer, and I was a highly paid medium for a decade. And none of it brought me the joy that painting with chalk does. So let yourself do something that's completely out of your scope and that you're fucking afraid of. Because it might actually push you into something that you're totally missing out on. I've never done painting like this. This is just, I created this shit. And it's not, perfect. Do I give a shit? No. But you know what? Oh, thanks for subscribing. The next time somebody says to me, hey, could you draw something for us? I'd actually go, yeah, hey, I can, because I've worked that muscle. Yes, I will draw that. So you don't have to be perfect at everything. You don't even have to be good. Just go have fun, because that's what the world needs more of right now. We need more fun, we need more joy, and we need more love. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Go do the thing that scares the shit out of you. Go and seek joy in your life, even if it's just buying yourself a pack of Skittles. I don't know. I love candy. Do you? Bye for now, wildlings. Go be wild.